Some of the biggest revolutions happening in science right now, well, they're happening on a scale you can't even see. Today, we're diving into the microscopic world to explore three incredible marvels that are seriously about to change everything.
I mean, really think about that for a second. We're always looking up at the stars or at these giant engineering projects for the next big thing. But what if the future of medicine, our food, and even the hunt for alien life is hiding all around us, just way, way smaller?
All right, let's kick things off in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, where scientists have found a creature with, well, let's just say a pretty chilling reputation.
Okay, so picture this. The freezing, desolate ice of Antarctica. A recent discovery from 2025 has uncovered a tiny predator on the hunt. And no, this isn't some sci-fi movie. It's a very real and newly found part of our world. Everybody, meet Bacteriovorax antarcticus. It was found in a place called Potter Cove, and it's part of a group known as Balos. You can basically think of them as the lions of the microbial world. And believe me, when I say predatory, I really mean it.
This little hunter has a whole playbook, and it is brutal. This isn't just some passive infection. It is an all-out assault. First, it hunts down its prey, specifically a type of bacteria called gram-negative, which includes a lot of nasty bugs that make us sick. Then, it literally drills its way through the cell wall, gets inside, and just eats the host from the inside out. A legit microscopic vampire.
It's a fascinating, maybe even a little terrifying little creature. But, beyond the wow factor, what's the real point here? Why should any of us care?
Well, that predatory instinct, that drive to hunt and kill other specific bacteria, could be exactly what we need. Imagine using this vampire as a kind of living antibiotic, a super-targeted biological weapon we could unleash on those antibiotic-resistant infections, the superbugs that are becoming a massive threat to all of us. This little hunter from Antarctica could end up being a microscopic hero.
All right, so from the front lines of medicine, let's pivot to our dinner plates for our next marvel. And this one is a weird one, for sure. Get ready for the fungus that bleeds.
I know, that sounds completely insane, right? But that's the actual hook for a totally revolutionary development in how we think about food. So here's how it works. Using that amazing gene editing tool, CRISPR, scientists basically hacked a fungus so it would produce tons of something called heme. Heme is this iron-rich molecule that gives meat its signature flavor, that savory smell, that reddish color. It's the whole shebang. They've taught a fungus how to make the very essence of meat. And this is why it's a total game changer. Look at the comparison. Traditional beef production takes forever, uses a ton of resources, and pumps out massive emissions. This new biofood fungus, though, it grows protein way faster, uses just a fraction of the resources, and absolutely slashes carbon emissions. This could be a huge step toward a more sustainable food system. And you should know, this isn't just some one-off lab experiment. It's actually part of this huge trend in 2024 and 2025 towards what people are calling biofoods. We're talking about a whole new generation of lab-grown stuff that's designed to be completely indistinguishable from the real thing.
For our final story, we're heading to a place you've probably heard of, an icon of natural beauty, Yellowstone National Park. But we're not looking at Old Faithful or the bison. We're going deep, deep underground.
Yeah, we all know this picture, right? The steam, the geysers erupting from the surface. But the real action, the story we're diving into today, is happening miles and miles beneath our feet, fueled by the raw power of the Earth itself. So, check this out. A groundbreaking study from 2025 revealed something that just blew my mind. All those constant, tiny earthquakes rumbling under Yellowstone, they're not just geological noise. They are literally serving as a dinner bell for a hidden world of microbes. What we're looking at here is what's called a chemotrophic ecosystem. And that's just a fancy way of saying life, but not as we usually know it. So forget sunlight, forget photosynthesis. These organisms eat pure chemistry. Every single time a small quake cracks open new rock, it rings that dinner bell, releasing a burst of hydrogen and other chemical goodies for these deep earth microbes to feast on. So what's the big takeaway here? I mean, think about it. If life can thrive deep inside our own planet, totally cut off from the sun, fueled only by chemical reactions from quakes, couldn't that exact same thing be happening right now, under the ice of Jupiter's moon Europa, or deep beneath the red soil of Mars? This discovery gives us a powerful, totally plausible model for what alien life could actually look like.
Okay, so let's just recap. We've got an Antarctic vampire, a fungus that bleeds like a burger, and microbes that basically eat earthquakes for breakfast. 3 totally different discoveries, all pointing to one incredible idea. When you put it all together, what have we really seen today? This microscopic world is giving us real, potential answers to some of humanity's biggest questions. How do we beat incurable diseases? How do we feed everyone on the planet sustainably? And, are we actually alone in the universe? The solutions might not be out there in the cosmos, but right here, just too small to see.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. These are all recent discoveries. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this is the stuff we're just finding now, what other microscopic marvels are hiding out there in plain sight, just waiting to completely change our future?